Hi, I'm Tom Jones, and this is Jools Holland.
I'm Jools Holland, but this is Tom Jones. Over the top of the piano, you know, I could get to see all sorts of people, but Tom frightened me, he sang so well. So it actually made my piano start to shake backwards. I was excited. So then I was very excited when later on he said, "Do you like Jerry Lee Lewis?" I said, "Well, yes I do."
Well, the way is dark, the night is long. I don't care if I never get home. I'm waiting at the end of the road.
I've always liked Jerry Lee Lewis, ever since he came out with a whole lot of shaking going on. I mean, I heard that when it was first released. I thought, geez, who is this guy? It was different. You know, even different to Elvis, what Elvis was doing. You know, and Elvis started, that whole thing off. But Jerry Lee comes in then with the heavier piano sound, working with the piano rather than the guitar. And he came and did my TV show, so we got to know one another pretty good. So, I've always liked him, and I'm sure Jools, feels the same way.
Tom heard the record when it came out, which is 1958 came out. I got into it in the sort of early 70s when I was first getting into music. I got a record of Jerry Lee Lewis's stuff, and I thought, this is amazing. It blew out of the water all the other things I'd been listening to, although it was like maybe 10, 15 years old or something at the time, the record, And it has that excitement. And I think that's what you're trying to capture, that excitement and the feel. That's what it is. It's the feel of something, and the attitude of something.
Hoy, hoy, I'm your boy. I'm 200 pounds of a heavenly joy.
We realized we had the same musical tastes, so we talked about it for a while. And then, one day we'll do it, so we finally did.
I'm 200 pounds of a muscular man.
We both brought a load of songs in. We talked about a lot of songs for the album, and then we recorded like over 30 of them, I think, wasn't it?
This is it. Look what you get.
Yeah, we wrote some. We got some old ones.
We had a ball making it. We really did songs that we loved to do, and never recorded them until now. And Jools has got his own studio, which is very handy because then I came over from LA and spent a couple of weeks here, and we went to Jools' place and did it.
Had some nice sandwiches.
And we had some nice sandwiches. We had some. I noticed that all the cheese and pickle went.
Always went very quick, didn't they? That's right.
They did.
Yeah. This is it. This is it. Look what you get.
Tom's been listening to a lot of these things for longer than I have, but we've been listening to the same things, which I think, and that's one of the great things about music. It doesn't really matter how old it is, whether it's 5 minutes old or 50 years old. If it's exciting, it gets you there. So it was getting him there at one spot, and then like, a few years later, it's getting me in the same place. And then now we're coming together and being able to do it. And it's a simple sort of music that starts to get your sort of body twitching involuntarily, and that's the best thing. It's like a sort of a boogie woogie folk dance music or something,
Yeah, it's very honest.
I just got your letter, baby. Too bad you can't come home. I swear.
These songs are very natural for me to sing, and same thing with Jools playing them. They're very real.
With both of us, they go back to the sort of music we first learned when we were both learning to play to people and whatever. That's that first sort of music that got the reason that you got really excited about things in the first place. It's a lot of this music that we're doing. It's
exactly.
I'm gonna stop wasting time, honey.
Most record companies, they want you to, do commercial, and sometimes you don't get a chance sometimes to do stuff that you really like. And Hanging At My Heart For You is one of those songs that I've always wanted to do, and I mentioned it to Jools, and he felt the same way. That it's a strong song.
And again, Tom's one of the few people that could sing a Solomon Burke song, because he's the king of soul, isn't he? Let's face it. And when you do songs like that, they've got to be either different, or you feel as though you've done it in you've got a different take, you've got your own exciting thing on it, and that's what Tom's got. But there's very few people that could dare to start doing those things, But I think that that's why I'm so pleased to be tinkling for Tom, because we can dare.
Throw away my little black book right now into the nearest trash can.
Life's Too Short is Jools came up with the idea, and I just added some chord changes to it, and it's a strong rock and roll song.
And it should be said, life's too short, but the brackets is life's too short to be with you.
To be with you.
That's what I was saying about the words on a lot of the songs, and a lot of those old songs, they were about something bigger and sort of grown up somehow, and they were kind of people that you sort of wanted to know about. They were adult sort of words, and I think that's what a lot of these are. You know, you can dance to it as well, but it's kind of the words. There's a lot to it. So they're quite tough, the words, you know. And the blues is great. Sometimes it's about sadness, but sometimes it's about taking a bigger view. As an example of what the blues is about, T-Bone Walker goes, "You don't love me," next line, "and I don't even care." You know, that's what. That's the kind of. There's always a different attitude, and so I think we've tried to capture that attitude lyrically and song-wise, and so. One minute you'll have a dance, and the next minute you'll be taken along with a story.
Right.
And there's no man better than telling a story in a song than Tom.
Thank you.
Just a lonesome railroad after 219.
We would record maybe 2 or 3 takes, but often the first take is the one that's got that excitement to it. Not always, but I suppose the thing is it's based on a lifetime of experience. Tom does loads of live shows, you know, and as do I. And some of the songs we both tried out individually on audience. You know, we do. You know, that's the way you tell whether a song is kind of working. You could spend all the time in the world in your bedroom thinking this sounds great, but when you actually you've got to play it to the people. And Tom's been doing that all of his life.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing too. So
and we've been testing this.
Yeah. So we felt that we were on the right track. But also, there's something important about the spontaneity because it's a bit like the magic of a first kiss, or when you make somebody laugh with a joke. You know, you repeat it, and it never has quite that same thing again. So you've got to capture that lightning in a bottle while you're doing it. You know? Well, today we've been doing a video for "It'll Be Me," which is a song we both really liked, and I've liked it since I was sort of 5 years old or something.
Somebody knocking on your door. If you see something crawling across the floor, baby, it'll be me, and I'll be looking for you.
The words are kind of very strange, kind of quite surreal. So we've done this video with Tim Pope, who's done some amazing videos for Neil Young and The Cure and stuff. There's a lot of things that I've never seen in videos before. A lot of firsts are happening in this. I can't reveal too much, but Tom and I dance with the piano, throw it in the air.
Gonna look on the mountain.
Can't reveal our tricks, obviously.
It's like levitation, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is like levitation. It's like one of the ancient mysteries, really. But the whole piano is levitated. Can't see how it's done.
And look at every tree.
And there's a lot of strange stuff happens. A lot of strange stuff comes out of the piano, and really, we've ended up. There's Tom and I, and then there's this third person, which is the piano.
Yes.
Which does a lot of very strange stuff.
I'll be looking for you.
What we've done is follow the story of the song. Now, everything that happens in the song, we're trying to act them out, you know, which are crazy. The lyrics are crazy lyrics anyway.
They're like a piece of surrealist poetry or something. The more you listen to them, you know, there's people hanging from telegraph poles. They're very odd words.
And I'll be looking for you.
I think it's going to appeal to a lot of people. You know, the up-tempo stuff is going to make you dance, and the slow stuff is going to make you cry, you know, or want to make love or whatever.
It's also, it's not about an age thing, really. I think you could be 8, 18, 28 or 80. It doesnn't matter. I think if it hits you there, which is, I hope that's what it will do, then its job is done. But I think the important thing about it is we've loved it. It's something we really love doing. We hope other people are going to love doing it. If they don't, it doesn't matter, because we've still really loved and had such pleasure doing it, you know. And it's the stuff that we've always kind of wanted to do.